Here's the harsh truth about studying architecture in the Philippines. Most people would tell you na oo, mahirap, lagi kang puyat, lagi kang may plate, sobrang dami ng requirements. And totoo naman yun. I'm not going to say that it's easy because it's not. But that's not even the part na pinakamahirap. Kasi after 5 years, after all of that, may mga taong mag-a-ask sa'yo, anong work mo ngayon? Architect ka na ba? And yung reality that you will feel is that hindi ka pa ready, hindi ka pa prepared. Hindi ka prepared sa maliit na sweldo, hindi ka prepared to be on your own, hindi ka prepared na walang guidance on your next step. Hi, I'm Pia. I'm a licensed architect and I run a design build practice with local and international clients. And I want to be honest with you. If you're an aspiring architect or you're already an architect and you're doubting yourself, this video is for you. You know, most archi students think na kung makakasurvive lang sila ng 5 years, okay na, tapos na yung hirap. But hindi ganun yun. Kasi yung 5 years, that's actually the part na may tumutulong pa sa'yo. You have your professor, my deadline, your classmate beside you who are just as sleep-deprived as you, may structure, kahit nahirapan ka, may sistema. After graduation, wala nang ganun. You're now responsible for supporting yourself. And hindi ganun kalaki ang sweldo sa simula. And that's the reality. Madalas pa nga ako humingi ng extra sa mama ko noon kasi kulang talaga yung sweldo ko that time. And if you're living in the province, limited lang din yung opportunities. That's why when you're still young and an opportunity shows up, grab it. Because when you're still young, you still have all the energy to explore, to figure things out. Wala ka pang ibang responsibilities, walang pamilya, walang kids. So yung harsh truth, number 1, the 5 years is not the hardest part. Yung pinakamahirap is what comes after, when you're on your own. So yung tanong na kailangan mong sagutin ngayon is not kung kaya ko ba yung 5 years. Ang tanong is, why did you choose to take up architecture? Is it deep enough to continue kahit na mahirapan ka? Listen to this. Your grades actually don't matter unless na lang top notcher ka or magna cum laude or summa cum laude. When I look back, when I apply to jobs, never naman talaga tiningnan yung grade sa transcript ko. Not once, not twice, never. I had multiple 3 na grades sa math nung college. And that shows on my transcript. And it didn't affect my career at all. Never siya naging issue. Your grades are just feedback. Yun lang yun. Kung uno ka, congrats, you're doing well, keep it up. Kung may 3 ka or incomplete sa transcript mo, that's not a verdict on who you are. Hindi nun ibig sabihin na bobo ka or hindi ka capable to become an architect one day. It just means na, hey, kailangan mo mag-extra effort sa subject na to or sa area ng studies na to. You just need to read more, to learn more. Kasi ang totoong buhay outside the university, ang labanan, hindi naman grades, hindi din skills. It's actually grit. Can you persevere? Are you resilient? Yung pinakamagaling sa klase doesn't mean they'll get the highest paying job. It's also not a guarantee that they will excel outside the university. What matters is the kind of person you develop while you're in school. Someone who's ready, kahit hindi naman talaga ready. So stop being grade conscious. Give your best shot. Not because of the grades you will get, but because of the person you are becoming while doing it. This is what I often hear. Gusto ko sana mag-architecture pero hindi naman ako magaling mag-drawing. Kailangan nga ba magaling mag-drawing? Definitely no. Architecture is not just about drawing. One aspect lang yun ng pagiging architect. We use drawings to express our ideas, to explain our vision, yun ang purpose nun. And we all start na hindi magaling, lahat tayo. Kaya nga tayo nag-aaral, di ba? Sa first and second year, may visual tech subject ka, may graphics, and from first to fifth year, may 2 design subjects ka per year. So, 10 design subjects per year. The curriculum is literally there to teach you how to do this. Imposibleng hindi ka matutong mag-drawing while you're studying architecture. So, you don't need to know everything before you decide to enroll in architecture. But here's the more important thing. Yung pinaka-importanteng matututunan mo while you're studying architecture is not drawing. It's critical design thinking. Kasi kahit magaling ka mag-drawing, kung hindi ka marunong ng critical design thinking, useless yung drawing skills mo. Kasi as architects, we solve problems. And yung solutions, we just express those through drawings. So if you're afraid because you're not good at drawing, that's okay. We all start scared. Lahat tayo nagsa-start na hindi magaling. Do not be afraid, just start now. This is something that is not talked about enough. And I think it quietly hurts most people. Architecture school will teach you design, structures, history, and technology. But it will not teach you to charge the right professional fees, using psychology-based positioning. It will not teach you how to find clients, how to build a practice, how to create a contract, how to market yourself. Because of that, architects here in the Philippines get lowballed all the time. It's a real problem in our profession. I know this because it happened to me. I made a mistake of engaging in a project without a clear contract, and I learned it the hard way, and it taught me to build a system around it after. I also used to think that to get clients, you have to be confident. You have to be extroverted. You had to be the loudest person in the room to get noticed. But the problem is, I am a naturally shy person, introverted, private. But amazingly, I was still able to get clients. Not just local, but international clients. This is what I learned. It is not about personality. It's not about being introverted or extroverted. It's about showing up consistently until people recognize you, remember you, and trust you. Trust is built when your message is clear, your work is reliable, and your presence is steady. Clients choose an architect that is stable and safe, not the one who performs the most. Consistency beats personality type every time. The business side of architecture is something you have to teach yourself. No one will teach that in school. So the sooner you accept that, the better. Start now while you're still a student. Practice putting yourself out there. Learn how to market yourself. Because architects who know how to do that protect their value. And those who do not keep getting underpaid. So babalikan ko yung pinaka-importante sa lahat ng sinabi ko today. Why did you choose architecture? I want real, honest answers. Kasi architecture will challenge that reason ng paulit-ulit. And I mean that literally. I had a professor back in college who would flex his master thesis to us and say, hindi nyo to kaya. Instead of encouraging us, he put us down. Back then, I told myself, I will never become that kind of professor. And from that experience, here's what I want to tell you. Do not let other people put you down. Not a professor, not a senior, no one. Do not put yourself down either. Do not be negative. But here is the other side of it. If you're not clear about why you chose architecture, be honest with yourself. If you're here because your parents wanted it, or because you didn't know what else to choose, sit with that. I am not discouraging you. I want you to understand yourself. Why architecture? Because architecture will test that reason again and again. And every time it gets hard, and I'm telling you it will get hard, that reason is what you will go back to. This is what will carry you forward. Let me share mine. I chose architecture because I want to help as many people as I can to have a decent home they can live in. A place where they can experience the beauty of life. A place where they can feel safe. And a place where they can fully and freely live. And somewhere along the way, I forgot about that. I got too focused on just getting by with life. But I realized this. It was never about flexing, I am good at this. It's about making a difference in people's lives through architecture. So find your reason. And every time things get difficult, return to that reason. And your hesitation will fade because you know why you're here. That's it. Mahirap yung 5 years. Mas mahirap yung after. Nandito yung saldo sa simula. You don't know anything about the business side of architecture. And there will be people who will try to bring you down. Even your professor. Hindi mo kailangan ng perfect grades. You don't need to be good at drawing from the start. You don't need to be extroverted or the best one in the room. When I enrolled in the State University, I was actually qualified but below quota. But when I graduated in architecture, I had an academic excellence award. I was shy, well, even until now, and also an introvert, not the person you will think who will be able to build an international practice or create TikTok or YouTube content someday. And yet here I am, not because I was the most gifted, but because hindi ako tumigil. And I was clear about why I was here and why I am here. So if you're doubting yourself right now, go back to your deepest why. Then keep going. If you want more honest content about architecture, about building a real career as an architect, getting clients and navigating this profession, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell para updated ka when I upload a new video. See you!